Hello Tubesters, it's Gav. Welcome to another one of my videos. Today it's just a quick pop-up one on HMS Avenger. It's taken me a lot longer to get this sorted than I thought it might do. Let me see if I've got a pointy stick of some description. I'm obviously using some of the Flyhawk photo etch set. Some of it I couldn't use. I think I said before, I've stuffed up the scale here. This is again working with no plans. That's about, with this added piece at the top, it's probably about either 1.5 or 2 mil too deep, which is a shame, which has morphed it even more. I'm still not 100% sure. I keep looking at this funnel and wondering if they've got that. Yes, the problem is everything's out of scale probably, but it just seemed very slightly smaller, this funnel. They weren't huge, but I don't know. But I managed to lose, these are satellite, I believe these are satellite comms. I might be wrong. I think these might be comms domes. They're fiberglass domes with obviously receivers in, I suppose, or transmitter receivers, whatever. I managed to lose them, so I've had to make more or less look like 2 peas out of putty and put those on. When I looked at photographs, they seem to more or less go where the stubby part of the one communication mast is. They seem to roughly go in line with that, so that's what I've done. I don't think they have this. I've put this plasticard stanchion, support stanchion across, and it is thinner than this. I think it only sits back farther and actually joins into the side of this mast. I think the problem is you're having to look at, you're trying to interpret without plans, you're trying to interpret photographs from all different angles, and I don't always get it right. But I definitely needed to brace it anyway because these were rocking and reeling all over the place. Again, no plans, so I've made these 2 short. They should be probably an extra 2 mil at least longer. These should be 5 stanchions here, so piers supporting this rather than 4, but I couldn't get 4 in. So again, it is what it is. It really is a let's just view back. There will be a couple of photographs at the, I think I'm only putting 2 up with this because there's not that much to show. It's just taken a while because what I'm trying to say is, before I jump ahead as I always do, it's a facsimile to a Type 21 frigate rather than an intricate, completely, you know, everything's the right scale and what should be where. So what else have we got? The life rafts, again not exactly straight, but that's a problem working with CA. Once you get it in place, these are part of that kit. They have these little resin life rafts. To be fair, I don't think the kit ones are that bad. I just couldn't use the kit ones because I want to keep that Type 21. It's the only Type 21 kit I've got, and I want to keep it. You know, I will build it. It's just I'll have to get another one of these. Obviously, one of these boxes of the photo etch and everything. I've got to put some support stanchions. Not sure if one goes there or not, but I know there's a brace. They changed over the time, and this is the other problem. You know, there aren't that many. I haven't got that many photographs of Avenger in the Falklands War, so I'm taking not just of Avenger but of a sister ship. So I'm guaranteed that there's a lot of stuff here that isn't correct. You know, it really is a mishmash. These are the kit torpedo tubes, but I've got spares of those, so that's fine. Losing these, I also lost a Seacat launcher as well. They got these Seacats, these little bullet-shaped things you see here. They've actually got fins right at the top, almost near the points of the missiles. These are air-to-air missiles, and I lost those as well. I can only think, I've literally didn't think there was anything in the 2 little baggies, and as I was clearing my desk one night, I've thrown them away. It's the only thing I can think of. I've tried to make the different ducting and that out of the different bits of plastic I've got. You can do that and get this in a kit, but it's so thin and spindly. I just prefer doing it with wire. I look at it now, I could have probably made it a bit thinner with plastic. I finally taught myself how to do plastic sprue. I was reading one of the, I think the latest instalments on Starling Models, they do like a free magazine. If you go onto their site or their Facebook group, they've got not Facebook, well, Facebook, their thing on Facebook, whatever it is. You can read it for free. It's a free PDF type of thing they put up every so often, every once a month or whenever. But there's lots of hints and tips. And the one thing I've always struggled to make sprue, like extend it to any. It'll either go too short and just snap. It goes too. I'm burning my fingers. I mean, I used one of them little tea tree candles, but what the guy said on there was stick it to a piece of plastic. Now he was using black, and it was for the antenna masts mainly. But I wanted to do some of the trunking on here. But my wire, like this copper, is just slightly too big for it. It's all right for this, but for the trunking, it's probably, I can't get a lot of it on. There's some trunking down here. You've got a door here, and then these three are some type of panels, and they're all dog shut. But I don't know what they're for. But there's trunking on there, and I've just started last night. God, it was a nightmare. It must have took me 20 minutes just to get this little piece on here. Do you think this little side piece this support would stick? Because there should be a. Again, I'm thinking it's the all this work. Because we're doing one on the other side, and it's for one of the radar antenna communications antennas to go on. This was an absolute. What I find with the fly-up photo, it's very, very soft. I mean, you've got probably 2 chances to bend the photo etch correctly. It definitely doesn't need annealing before it snaps and falls apart. We've got the CCAT. So anyway, with the CCAT, I added the piece that sits up in the middle, which I take is maybe the receiver for the direction finder radar here. That's dipped up slightly. It was just a little nub on this, so I've extended it and rounded it off. I've used my own plastic rod for the base of the antenna for the launch platform. There was like a little box of some description here. This should be higher, and this piece here is like you can probably get inside it. There's little steps up, but they've done it solid there in resin. So what I tried to do was raise it up with wrapping plastic card around it. I probably haven't done it enough. It only raises up about a 0.5 mil. Again, I'm just learning. That was, again, trying to fold all this stuff's an absolute. That's another ventilator. I am going to go around and try and close these off more, because there's blooming gaps all over the shop. These I've done way too big. They're actually supposed to be just speakers, for when they're telling the crew what to do or whatever. And they're way too big. I should have used smaller ones, but never mind. So yeah, that's about it so far. Enclosed the stairs in there with this. That should be flat rather than line there, but I've gone too far now. I can't really fill that and scrape it because I'll knock everything about. I was doing some of this last night, as I say, adding these bits on. I had to cut out a couple of extra windows there. It's not exactly correct, but it's as best as I can make it. I've still got lots to do. This is actually fairly bare along here. There isn't a lot of detail on here to add of any description. Put a couple of little whatever they house inside these blast channels. I've got to stick out a walkway for the crew to get round, because these were added on afterwards once the exocets were put on, rather than the Corvus chaff launchers. They put these deflectors on, so you need a little walkway that sticks out of the ship and walks so the crew can get round. There's some little inspection doors or whatever they keep in there. And this isn't exact. I will try and get there's some pipes that go up and then down the front here. I'll try and add those on because they're on both types, Exocet or Corvus. There's some other bits and panels I need to add on here in plasticard. One thing I'll have to leave off, because this could have done really moving up a couple of mil, but it's too late now. There's a little stowage hatch, or there's a hatch of some description behind, and I'm not going to get that in now because otherwise it'd be too cluttered with that ladder there. I've got to put some, I keep forgetting, I've got to put some portholes in here. I thought of just recessing them slightly and then dabbing some painting, but there's like about 3 or 4, if I remember correctly, across here either side. I think there's might be some up here as well, I'm not sure. I've obviously got to put I found that this kit does have chain, brass photo etch chain, so that's good. So I will be doing the brass photo etch chain on here, some little hawser holes, if that's a technical word, and then obviously the anchors. I still haven't put. I need to get that plastic box so I can get the right size foam and get this actually marked out so I can faff around with the water and then add this ship later, because that's something I can be doing as well. There's other things to do yet. This section here, we've got ship's boats to go on yet. I was a bit undecided. I thought the way I'm going, I'm going to be knocking pieces off all left, right and centre. I mean, these aren't on the strongest obviously, but you know, you just got to crack on really. So there'll be some Corvus launchers going up here somewhere that used to be on the front. So we've got those there. As I say, I've got another radar antenna. There's radar antennas to go on the top of the bridge here. I've got to look to, there is some piping and that. So I'm just trying to busy it up as much as I can. A real Matlow wouldn't recognise any of it really. But oh, the red there, that's just the tip of the evergreen styrene. There's no red for no reason, just that's what, for some reason that's what they put on. Take it as where they cut them at the factory. But yeah, and there's a couple more stanchions going to go on here as well, like these. So the ship's got to get a bit more busier yet. And then I've tried to remember to recess them back slightly so I can get my railings round. Although I'm not sure if the railings don't actually go behind those, I'm not 100% sure. And then we'll have definitely got some, and there's a couple of boxes and the tow decoy on the back as well, on the stern to go. I'm not sure if what that actually is. If that's a hot, I can't work it out. If it's a hot air blower. It's going to sound stupid saying air blower, but every time I look at it, I'm taking a lot of my stuff off the model at Greenwich Museum of, and I can't remember which one it is now, but I can't work out if that's what it is. If it's a hot air blower for the deck of the helicopter deck, I'm not sure what it is, but it's there. And I've got to put a frame around with. There's lots to go yet, and that's what I mean. I thought I'd say to you, oh well, here we are, she's all ready for paint, and I'm miles away from it. Fair enough, there's nights when I'm doing other stuff like working on the Star Wars figure, or I'm building a barn and filling and painting all that for me World War II models and my Napoleonic collection to be photographed on and stuff. So I'm doing other stuff. It's not. There's some nights I might do 3 nights in a row on this and then miss it for 2 nights, you know, or sometimes I might do a bit on the Star Wars figure and a bit on this. But it is taking a lot longer than I thought, which I don't mind. That's all. I really enjoy doing these. So I'm under here as well. I've got to go back and if you remember, I had put some different bracing and pipes and everything, only to remember that this doesn't actually. I had to remove all to get this to fit up. So yeah, we've got to put before I put the bracing on here, it goes down here. I've got to put some detail in there as well yet. But yeah, it's enjoyable. It's getting there. You know, it's a shame that it's not as in scale as I'd hoped. But if you know, I wasn't working off a plan, and I've never done this before. I never thought like, well, yeah, I'm measuring this piece of plastic here, but not measuring the blooming piece that sits on top of it. In thickness, you know, that adds at least another millimetre. So there's been some right royal stuff ups, but you know, there's not much I can do as long as you try and learn by them. This little cabin, which I take is a comm centre or something here, I will be adding the doors on. It's just that I'm having to use doors all over the place, and I just wanted to make sure I'd got enough, because I have got some World War II doors I can put on if I have to, because nobody's going to notice that. I probably haven't got half the proper doors in the right places, and they go up and down. And the problem I've had is, which I said I need to get next from the next build, whichever, whether it's Arc Royal or whatever, is some of that slower acting super glue, because what I find is with mine, it's decent stuff. You put it on, but it grips like anything, and once it's on, and it's all right saying, well, I mean, I've got the debonder. The problem is that it tends to leak everywhere, and once you put it down, and debonds anything that is also around it, and it can debond normal glue as well. So anyway, there we are, HMS Avenger. That's what we've got going, or that's, you know, where she is. As I say, it doesn't help with the white glare on everything, but we're getting there. I keep saying that, we're getting there. I don't know if I'm going to work on it tonight, I'm not sure, but I need to remember to get the other side, if it takes as long as it did to do that one. I mean, all it must have took 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Do you think this little tiny support stanchion that I'd made would fit, would stop where it wanted to rather than fall off, or just just melt down the side of the, whatever that is, bulkhead? So yeah, we're getting there. As I say, in a rain squall in the South Atlantic, just before sun, or just as it's going into sun, the sun goes down on the horizon, you might just think she looks like a Type 21. Yeah, bit of a mongrel, this one, but she's you know, I wanted to learn, and that's what it's all about. So thanks for stopping by and taking a look. I can't, oh, Archer's just come in to say hello, so about the clip clopping. Other stuff coming up, I've no idea. I am doing Napoleonics on in the background. The problem is it's I'm just about to start cleaning some off, actually. I'm doing the Epic, and 2 of the regiments, as I've said to you, half are greatcoats and on a sprue, half are greatcoats and half are tunics. So I've had to buy another sprue, which is a bit galling, really. So I've still got to put some pom-poms on them, and just do just a clean up on them before I'll give you a quick look at those. So there will be a video of those coming up later on in the week. Might be a catch up on the Star Wars figure. I know it's not popular, but I enjoy doing it, so I'm not going to particularly worry myself that it's, you know, people aren't that interested in it. I enjoy it, and that's the main thing. As I say, the barn is being videoed as I do it. I can see me having to do 2 videos. You know, I'm even trying not to talk like I am now. I literally just put in a few photographs and a quick, here we are, I've done this, done that, and turn it off. Trying to keep the video as short as possible, but I've got a feeling, you know, because what the problem I'm having at the moment is it Microsoft? I think I've got. They've stopped doing the video editing on the computer. You have to use their app now. This Clip Champ or something. Well, I don't know why. Ever since I'm doing that, it's now taking literally an hour and a half to load a video up to YouTube, when before I could do it in about 30 minutes, 20 minutes. And every video I've done's gone like it. So, you know, it's a bit of a, yet again, more we're here to help you, and all they do is set you back. Anyway, I'm waffling as always. Look after yourselves, and we'll catch each other soon with some type of video in the next few days.